Is this thing on? Yep, it's on. Hey guys and girls, it's your girl Judy O, aka Green Fire Motivation. And I'm excited because it is Thought Bank Thursday, where I share from my thoughts to yours. And so if this is your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you are a returning supporter, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Without you, there would be no reason for a channel. So if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, the like button, leave some comments at the bottom on the topic for today. So for my thoughts to yours, I want to feel like I'm about to take it to church, but I'm gonna try not to. So I want to impress upon you the concept to keep building. And more lately than not, I found myself with notes. So it's not to take away from anything that I'm saying or to make it seem like I'm not speaking from the heart. Because if you guys know me, and I am a poet, a spoken word artist as well, and so a lot of the things that I'm thinking, it's better to organize them when I put them down on a sheet of paper. So while some people would say it's more professional when recording a video to always look at the people that you're talking to, I agree with that. But there are certain instances where there's things that I just cannot afford to forget to say. And thanks to Dr. Green, I will be calling these emeralds. I do not want you guys to miss out on any of the emeralds of wisdom that I have come to know, come to learn, come to experience. And so there will be times where I'm writing on a sheet of paper and even reading from a sheet of paper to make sure that I'm not missing the important information from the video. And so today, once again, Thought Bank Thursday, the concept is keep building. And so the first thing I want to share with you is my transparency on the Green Fire Motivation channel as a whole. This journey started in September of 2020, right in the middle of the pandemic. I was actually quarantined, waiting on test results because, at the beginning of COVID, you had to wait 3 to 5 days for the test results to come back before they came out with the rapid test and all that good stuff. And so I sat down and I told myself that I was going to create some courses online. And so I started, to create the courses, or so I thought. I started going through the different trainings and so forth on Teachable. And then one of the things that they referenced was a good way to promote your online courses was to have some form of a social media platform. And one of those platforms was YouTube. And so I started with YouTube and I started recording videos, which if you've seen the previous video, you'll know it took me exactly 2 weeks to record a 5-minute video because I'm scared. So from then to now, I'm estimated at about 195 videos, and I have 146 subscribers, possibly 147 subscribers. And to, people who are really into YouTube like that, they realize that having that many videos is a great thing, but if there's only 147 subscribers or 46 subscribers, then that means that not that many people are watching the videos, or there's not enough likes or comments or shares to really put the video into the proper ranking system where it will generate more views. And so my transparency in sharing all that with you guys is the fact that I've had this channel for almost 2 years, and it hasn't gone viral and it hasn't blown up like that. At times it's been a bit disappointing and a bit disheartening, because I put a lot of effort into these videos, take time out to, put on a decent outfit, put on my makeup, do my hair, find special places to record where the backgrounds look really nice, record inside, record outside. I've undergone scenarios where it was no matter what, I didn't care how tired I was, how sleepy I was, how out of it I was, I had to get the videos recorded. And so those sacrifices that I've made up to now, and seeing where the channel is, I was expecting it to be a lot bigger than what it actually is. And so one thing that I've come to understand, you know, after getting over the disappointment and after getting over, being disheartened and discouraged about the slow growth of the channel, what I came to understand was that the process was necessary, because as I was building the channel and continue to build the channel, I'm learning so many different things about myself, whether it's emotional, whether it's self-care, self-love, learning new things, training, so many different things that I've learned about myself just through the commitment of getting a minimum of 3 videos posted per week. So I originally started out with 1 day, and then I watched a video that said, okay, well, 1 day is good, but that means 6 days later, people are going to forget about you. And so I started recording 2 days, and then I moved to 3 days. And there is a 4th day that's in the making. I'm working on that. Like I said, working on a lot of things in the background. But what I came to understand is that when you guys watch the videos and leave comments, it's like a little light bulb goes off in my head. And it's like, okay, I might not have reached millions, but I reached that one. And everybody's familiar with the each one teach one scenario. So I needed to adapt that mentality. Stop looking at the fact that the channel is not huge and that a whole lot of people don't watch it, but that the people that do watch it, it's impacting them. It's allowing them and empowering them to take action and to take control of their life. Therefore, despite the small numbers, the channel is an amazing success. Okay. Not to mention, when people do, that was one of my fears when I first started. It's like, there's nothing. Look, I was like, oh my gosh, my channel is going to grow so fast that I'm not going to have any videos for anybody to watch. Well, go figure. It actually happened the opposite way. But when those other people do start to come and the channel starts to move up in the rankings and so forth, now they can go and binge watch. And that just one person binge watching for an hour or two every day will, make my numbers go through the roof. Now imagine one person doing it. Now imagine 10 people doing it, 100 people doing it, 1,000 people doing it, And, trusting the process is the most important piece here, because a lot of times we try to rush through the process to get to the end. Meanwhile, we miss the emeralds that we should be picking up along the way. And so I'm actually grateful that the channel didn't explode so fast, because then I got to focus on, the things that I would have missed out on had it grown so fast. The areas in my life that still need to be developed as a speaker, to be developed as a poet, a spoken word artist, a business person, all these different, things that seem to be small when we write them down on a checklist, but are really huge when it comes to actually walking them out. And so that was the first thing. The second thing I wanted you guys to understand is that as you keep building, there are going to be challenges. Left, right, over, under, behind, in front of, challenges. And everyone is always saying that you should, take those challenges and find the lesson from it. Some of my challenges have been, not having enough time, not having enough sleep, not having enough money. And the thing is, you need to learn a way around the challenges. They say for every law, there's a loophole. For every law, there's a loophole. That means there's a way around the law. And so when you face your challenges, you need to find a way around those challenges. Stop focusing so much on the challenge more than you focus on the solution. Stop focusing so much on the challenge. Focus more on the solution. First, you need to understand what the challenge is, why it's there, and then you need to figure out how to get around it. Okay, so I've had to make sacrifices for this channel that I normally wouldn't make. I have to say yes to the channel and no to TV. Yes to the channel and no to talking on my phone. Yes to the channel and no to sleep right now. Yes to the channel and no to going to the movie. Yes to the channel, no to going roller skating. Yes to the channel, no to going to a spoken word event, and so on and so forth. You guys get the point, right? So also not getting enough sleep. What's the way around that? Go to bed earlier. I know it's a simple concept, but when your body is used to staying up late, it's a process to get your body to go to sleep earlier. Like me, I was the late night owl. So staying up till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning was a norm for me. So now imagine me trying to go to bed at 11 p.m. 3 hours, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3 hours earlier than what I normally do. So obviously that first 3 to 5 days, even up to 7 days, I think, I struggled with even falling asleep. Why? Because I struggled with falling asleep because that's not what my body was used to. But when I kept at it, now I can get up 5 o'clock in the morning. Now I can get up 6 o'clock in the morning. Now I can get things accomplished in the morning time that I'm too tired to get accomplished at night because I'm getting up so early. So I found a way around the challenge of going to sleep early, or I found a way around the challenge of not having enough sleep. And I stopped falling asleep across my computer, guys. I think that deserves a round of applause right there. Come on, somebody type in the comments, round of applause right there. I stopped falling asleep across my laptop. That used to be a normal habit for me because I would just work until my body just said, okay, stop now. And so I don't do that anymore. Not having enough money. There are so many different, avenues that you can take that will help you to get through your process faster. And one of the biggest tools is money. And in my scenario, I'm not rich yet. I'm not rich yet. So a lot of times I'll find myself spending money on getting through the process fast, and then I wouldn't have, I would spend the money, and then I wouldn't be as consistent with the process for a long enough time for it to work. And so what I started doing was, okay, so I know I could pay for this, but YouTube is free. I can tell you there are so many different channels about things that you would never even think there was a channel about. I guarantee, type anything into the Google, the YouTube search bar, and I promise you there will be at least 100 videos on it. Okay? And if you find that one thing that does not have 100 videos, I want you to type that in the comments of this video, because I need to go watch that video and see how they even ended up in the rankings if there's only one video. But okay, so YouTube. There's a way around paying for stuff. That's YouTube. Now, granted, you have to, take everything with a grain of salt, eat the meat, spit out the bones, because everybody's not going to give you the best information, because their information is skewed upon their experiences, their beliefs, and so on and so forth. So you just have to know what's for you and know what's not for you. Not enough time. Okay, so this is a major challenge. But as you know, everybody has the same 24 hours in a day. Okay, it doesn't matter who you are, what you do, where you live. It doesn't even matter if you're a human or not. You could be an insect. You still have the same 24 hours in a day. Okay, so timing is a major challenge. It used to be a major challenge for me. Not so much now, because I have invested in a planner. I have invested in so the planner, right? I invested in a planner so I can schedule things. And the reason I want to schedule things is so that I'm not putting things on the same dates that's conflicting and all that good stuff, because I've done that before in the past and it didn't turn out so well. It wasn't a positive experience for me. And so I want to avoid repeating that. So I have a calendar. I even have a content calendar now. That means that, I'm taking time to plan out the things that I'm going to say on my videos in an appropriate enough time to where the thoughts can be more organized, and also to where I'm not stressing and saying, oh my God, I didn't record my video today. I got to stay up till 2 a.m. just so I can get this done. Okay. Not to mention, I'm intentionally, choosing, to spend my time with certain people or at certain places, and I'm putting that all on my schedule. That way, I know that each portion of my life and each portion of the lives that I affect are being well nurtured. And if I'm not nurturing your life and I'm your friend, if I'm not nurturing your life as I should, I challenge you to contact me and let me know, what I can do better to strengthen our friendship. Okay. So, in closing, Green Fire wants you to know, and I haven't said this a lot, but you have to understand the concept to keep building. Keep building whether you're discouraged, keep building whether you're disheartened, keep building whether you're emotional. You know, most people know the term your gifts will make room for you. So if you have a gift and you're building that gift, just because you don't see the results today does not mean that that gift will not flourish. When you plant a seed in the ground and it's watered, it takes years for that tree to even come out of the not come out of the ground, but it takes years for that tree to become a full grown tree, as in a tree that's like 15, 20 feet. It takes years, right? But at the end of the day, it still grows and it still produces leaves or whatever the tree was meant to produce, right? But you do not want to chop your tree down before it fully blooms, if ever. This channel represents Green Fire Motivation, represents the color green, and I always reference evergreen because evergreens, they live throughout the year. They don't die. Unless somebody chops the tree down or the tree gets sick, it's going to be there from 1 year to the next year, to the next year, to the next year, and it's going to stay green. And so Green Fire Motivation is challenging you to keep building. You've invested too much time. You've invested too much energy. You've invested too much of a thought process to turn back. But what I will say is this, okay? Keep moving forward. The only thing you have to go back to is definite failure. Instead, choose to move forward in your success. Okay, so guys and girls, this is your girl Judy O, aka Green Fire Motivation, on the Thought Bank Thursday, where I share from my thoughts to yours. Hit the comments. Let me know what you thought of the video. Share some of your challenges. Share some of your thoughts on, how you're building, how you're making your building process better. Let's get this conversation going. Once again, this is your girl Judy O, aka Green Fire Motivation, and I will see you guys on Motivation Monday.